Hey guys, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of
Made Wonderfully. That's what you are.
Yes.
So thank you guys. Like I told you in the last video, we wanted to expand more. So that was part 1. This is going to be now part 2. Okay. So we can just get right into this one, I guess. So,
you ready?
Yeah. So for this breakdown, we're doing ages like early young adult years.
Yeah.
Young adult years. So after high school.
Basically.
Yeah.
So, I guess I'll jump into it.
You can.
Whew, this one's gonna make me a little nervous. Cause it's like a touchy subject. Simply because, like, right now we're having difficulties with women rights.
Yes.
Okay, so like, no matter what day and age, talking about this is always like a touchy subject, right? I'm not gonna cry.
Okay.
I promise I'm not.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay, I got you though.
But I don't know if they know, but you know,
Yes.
I was a young mom. I had my baby at 19, 20 years old, and that was big. That was big for me because I just felt like instead of having my young adult time, I was a mother, okay? But what I really want to talk about is... Okay.
You got this. I know.
I laugh because I was just like...
I know. Deep breath in. You got this.
What I really want to talk about is having an abortion.
I'm here.
Because now that I'm in this journey with God, it's like, did I do wrong? Was that the right decision? At the time when I did it, I'm like, does he hate me for it? It was like a back and forth thing where it's like, I'm a mother now. Why can't I just have this other baby and I could go through it? It was such a hard time. It was such a hard time for me. I do want to say first things first, if you are in a situation where you feel like this just isn't the right time for me, I don't think I can handle this, I can't do this, I'm here to say that whatever decision you want to make, it is the right decision for you. Don't have anyone make you feel bad for something that you want to do or you have done, because I felt bad. Honestly, I really did. How it impacted me, I just felt like I couldn't bring another baby into this world in the circumstances that I was already in, because it's hard enough with one. I didn't feel like I could do it again with 2. I was still living with my mom. I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life. And I just felt like at that time, I'm still trying to find myself too. I don't think I would be able to have done it with another child. But it hurts me though, because I'm a mom through and through, and I felt like I still let my baby go. Like, I don't have the right words, but
I understand what you're saying.
you understand? Like, it was a battle that I had with myself. Like, I still think about it from time to time. And I'm so glad we're having this podcast, because some conversations I would have never, like, repeated. I just felt like it's done. Let's not talk about it anymore. Good. But you're right. There's so many people who go through similar things we've gone through, and they don't have a voice to hear to let them know it's okay. So I decided, okay, I think I can talk about this, because it's not only helping them, it's healing me too. So yeah, that happened when I was young. Zen was little. She was young. Like, I want to say like 3-ish, 4-ish. And you were there to hold my hand. You were there to tell me it was okay. She was my support system, and I couldn't imagine going through that without you. And I wanted to say thank you, because that's a true sister right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm also saying thank you, but also sorry at the same time, because I don't know if that was traumatic for you to sit there and watch me go through that, and I'm about to cry. Because I'm not thinking only about myself, I'm thinking about you too. I'm like, dang, I don't know if that was like traumatic for her to see me like that, or just to be in that space, that clinic. So I want to say sorry too. Hold on. You're good. You're good. I'm gonna always be here for you. You're good. Cause even though it was like happening to me, I was like, I still didn't want to put you through that, even though you were supporting me. I still didn't want to put you through that because like I felt like that was wrong too. I don't know, but I did want to say thank you for being there, and yeah, that's my words. I don't.
Yeah. So to that, I would say, girl, you are my sister through and through. There would be nowhere else I would be in that moment than by your side. There's nothing else, nowhere else I would have been than to be by your side. Because I know that it's a lot for you. We were young.
You were young, yeah.
And we already have a child.
Yeah, okay, baby girl.
We already have a child. So, in that moment, it's like you're going through this, but you still have to show up for your daughter.
Yeah.
And still be a present mom, and still be a good mom, and still be a supportive mom. But then it's like, who looks out for you? So it's like, of course, I was going to be there. So you don't have to apologize. You don't have to feel like you put something on me. Like, this is what I was made for.
Yeah.
I was made to be here to support my friends, to support my sisters, to support my loved ones during times like this. To show up for you guys, because I know if shoes was on the other foot, you'll be there for me. You'll be riding for me,
baby girl.
Riding to dawn.
Ride to dawn.
Yeah. So it's fine. It is fine. You do not have to apologize. Okay?
Yeah.
Forever and always.
Forever and always.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a tough time, girl.
Yeah.
Whew. So I think it did make me stronger. That's how it impacted me. It made me stronger. I forgive myself every day. I pray to him every day. And again, like, I think right after that, because it was one of my lowest points of my life, I look back at it now and I just think, like, I wasn't coping with that in no shape or form the right way. There was so many things I could have done better. There were so many people I could have reached out to talk to more to talk about it, because I just felt like I did it and then I just swept it under the rug, and that wasn't good either. And then I just felt so many, like, judgment about it, like, you shouldn't be doing that, that's so wrong. But it is your body, your choice. And so, yeah, what I do now is if the thought comes up, if the memory comes up, I really just sit in it, forgive myself, and yeah, just live, just breathe, honestly.
Yeah. You know that you're loved and supportive.
Yeah.
You're loved and you're supported.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Breathe. I know that was a lot.
It was, because there was a time.
It was a time.
It was a time. Yeah. We can take a deep breath in that.
Yeah. It was a lot to unpack, because you know I am not one of those people where I just I built the wall lately.
Yeah.
So this is good.
Yeah. How are you feeling in this moment?
A little relieved, still nervous.
Yeah.
Because that's big. That's a big thing to talk about. But okay.
Yeah.
A little relaxed.
Yeah.
But okay.
And that's good, because there are probably other young people out there who are in a similar situation that might be confused or might be beating themselves down. So, yeah, honestly, you do have to do what's right for you in that situation. I personally don't have a personal opinion one way or the other. I would say you have to do what is best for you in that situation, because everybody is in different situations, in different households, in different, so it's like I can't tell anybody to do with that particularly, but just know that there is support here. If you feel like you're going through that, if you feel like you want to reach out to like Kennia or myself, let us know. Like, if you want a personal message, if you don't want to have it in a public comment section, let us know, because we understand. like what that is like as somebody who's been through it and as somebody who was a support system through it. If you need support, if you need help, we will try to, help you and support you the best way we can for these types of situations. So reach out and let us know. Wow. Dang.
Girl.
Yeah.
I didn't even mean to do that.
No. You're good. You're good. I just want to honor you and honor that space and make sure you're good.
I'm
Like,
good.
I don't want to just be
No.
anyways.
No. Trust me. I thank you.
You're welcome.
You've honored me more than enough. Don't worry. Don't worry. How about you?
Young adulthood. Whew. So you know how Kennia says she blacks out high school?
Oh, so you blacked out this?
No, I remember. My memory, thank God, is good. But it's one of those things where it's just like, you ever had everything all at once happen to you that it's just like it's almost like too much to unpack, because especially when things just happen one after the other. So like my young adulthood was like one situation after one situation after one situation. It was literally one thing after another after another.
Lesson after lesson after lesson.
After lesson, like my butt was getting kicked. So it's one of those things of like, where do I even start? Where do I even begin? I guess I would say to start after. Okay, so I forgot which episode I mentioned it in that I realized that I had daddy issues, and then it took me years later to realize I need to go to therapy to unpack those issues. So once I realized that okay, that's why I felt attached to the little high school dating dude. Once I figured that out, and then I started dating after high school and in my before 20, so between 18 and 20, when I was dating and getting to know people, it was really good in a sense of that's literally what I was doing. I was just going out on dates, talking to people, which is good, getting to know them and getting to see the type of qualities in a person that I would like. So I wasn't taking it super serious, I gotta settle down and meet my husband today. I was just taking it as what it was. And I would still do self-love dates. So I would just go out and treat myself good and keep that high standard, that high bar for myself. So then when I did go out and I did date people, I know what I treat myself so I know what to expect. And for the most part, people follow through. They held up the standard. They took me out nice. They treated me right. And I got to know them, and I would say the good thing in that is that in those times I felt like people genuinely liked me for me, and it wasn't oh, I'm just trying to get her in bed or anything like that. It was just oh no, I'm having a good time, I'm getting to know her. It was just cool. So I would say those years were cool. It was when I turned 20. Oh God. It was when I turned 20. And things went downhill. And things went downhill because of me. I would say that. I'm going to take full responsibility. In my mind, to know me is to know I'm kind of type A a bit. And you know that. Yes. So I am a planner. I love to plan. To detail. I'm very detailed. So for me, 18 to 20 was just the years you get to know what you like. You have fun, not too much fun. You have a good time, not a great time. You get to know people. You collect your data. You collect what you like in people. You collect the type of man you want to be with. When I say I turned 20 and a switch went off, okay, Alehia, you want to be married at 25 years old. Okay, you want a kid at 28 years old. You know what that means? At 20, you have to hit the ground boots running. You need to be in a relationship today. There was a whole timeline. It was a timeline. No reason. It had to get done. It had to get done. I'm okay, you are 20. Go. You have today. Go. Right now. Lock it in. Lock it down. Today. Fun is over. No more casual. That sucks. No, but that sucks. But that was my mindset. It's if you want to be married at 25, you know you. You know that it takes you a little while to open up. You know that you want to be married to someone that you can say you genuinely know. You want to be married to someone that you can say is your best friend. You can hang out, you can have silly moments, you can laugh, you can joke, but you can build together. That's important. And that was the most important thing to me. It's like, I don't care if you have billions of dollars or thousands. If you have that mindset, that ambition, that you're going to go far, you have purpose, you're driven, we can collaborate and we can build the world. I don't need you to have it all. I just need you to have something. Something. Come with something prepared, okay? And we'll put it together and we'll make our own. Okay. Especially at 20. It's just like, I'm definitely not expecting you to have millions of dollars at 20. We're young.
But college have some goals, have some ambitions.
Have a plan. I love a planner. I love a man who has a plan. Like, this is where I see myself. This is where I want to go. I'm doing A, B, and C. And this is where I'm going to lead you and take you. Okay, that's where you're going to
not a provider, not a leader.
Listen, for somebody like me who's very detail-oriented, for me to feel secure, I need to hear that you have a vision, you have a plan, you have a purpose, and you are aligned. You are aligned. So for me, that was a thing. I'm like, okay, so, we date for 5 years. In between that, I'm engaged. But by 25, we are married.
We're done.
We're married. We're married at 25. 28, we already have baby. We already have baby right here, okay? Period. So for me, and that's why I said that was my fault, because I started moving fast. I started picking up the speed and started moving fast instead of pumping the brakes, taking my time, not falling so quickly. So, and for me, how old literally is really when I turned 20. So my birthday is February 8th.
Not even 21, just 20.
Just 20. My birthday was February 8th. I ended up meeting the guy that I got into a relationship while I was 20, February 25th. So literally 2.5 weeks later.
You was like, perfect.
Perfect. And it wasn't just that, again, like I said, I like somebody who has a plan, has ambition. Yeah. So the way we met, we ended up meeting because I was taking my other sister, Lindsay, shout out to Linz, out for her birthday. And I had these tickets. Y'all know the show Catfish? So Catfish had like an after show where like they would have the guests of that particular episode come on and they would talk about their experience and stuff like that. And this was during a time where Neve and, Max, he was actually shooting a movie, I think with Zac Efron. So Charlemagne the God was the person that came in for that specific episode. So we was at the Paramount MTV office. We watched the episode before it aired live. While it was airing live, we got into the studio stage area. We sat down, I'm sitting there, I'm minding my business, right?
Sure.
Let's say you, Lindsay. So I'm talking like this.
Hey, I'm Lim.
And the guy in the relationship, like, he's sitting like down that way. So like I'm talking like this, and all I see is a smile, and I'm thinking, Alehia, don't have rest in B face, don't have rest in B face. So I smile back.
Should have like that.
So I smile back, and then I just keep feeling these eyes on me. So I'm just like, so I'm just smiling, and then I actually had a question that I wanted to ask.
Right.
So they moved me to the question aisle, which is like a few rows back. I think about 3 or 4 rows back. And then from there, now I'm sitting in behind him, so I can see him look over to where I was sitting, and then have a question mark on his face, like, where's she at? So then he's scanning the room, and then he turns around, and then he looks, and he finds me, and then our eyes connect.
Yikes.
Honestly, that was it. That was
That's all it needed to be.
That was it. I understood what the look meant. It meant he wanted me. And that was it. And so then, like, they were letting people out from the back forward. So since I was now closer to the back, I got out before him. So all I see is somebody going from the back of the line all the way up to the front of the line and getting behind me and was just like, excuse me, and then just start talking to me. And then, he was asking me, like, so how was your day? How did you enjoy everything? I'm like, it was really nice. Then he asked for my number. Now, he was so nervous. And I could tell he was nervous. But I thought that was so cute.
Right, because we don't see that often.
I was like, oh, look how cute he is. He's so nervous. He forgot to ask for my name. So I was just like, he asked for my number, so I ended up writing my name and number. So it's like, oh yeah, like I heard you ask for my name. It was in your head, but I heard it, so I slipped it over, and I think, like, I forgot how long, like, when we was together, we talked about this, and he said, yeah, he said he realized he forgot to ask for my name, and he was just like, oh, dang, like, I didn't ask for her name, but then he said, I looked down at the paper, and I see her name on it, and he's like, whew, thank God. I was like, yeah, I got your back. I was like, listen, I wanted you to know, I got your back. We wasn't even together, and I wanted you to know, I got your back. Always gonna have your back. See it. So, yeah, honestly, from that day on, we were together.
That's crazy.
We were just together. So, like, it really did move fast. And in that relationship, you know how I said I wanted to wait for marriage in my heart?
Girl. Here we go. Here we go.
But in my body, telling me up. So, for everything, he actually was, like, my first, like... Everything. Not kiss, but, you know... Everything else was, like first person to ever fall in love with, first person to ever have deep feelings for, first person to plan to get married to, and that's like,
and that's what you wanted, so that was big.
Yes, that was big. So he wanted the same things too. He wanted to marry me, I wanted to marry him. So that was a whole thing. First person to plan a move. Y'all, we were supposed to move to Chicago.
Not the Chi-Town.
Chi-Town, yeah.
Oh my God.
So like So again, I'm type A. So like if you tell me something like, yeah,
you
like,
start planning.
I start planning. So like if you tell me like, oh yeah, like I really want us to like move and like I picture our life here, and it's like, okay, you leading, my future husband is telling me this is how he wants to build our home, our life. So yeah, I started looking for property.
Oh,
because
I know that's right.
I wanted to own, honey. I wanted to own. I didn't want to rent. I wanted to own. Because eventually it's going to be cheaper. Yeah. So I looked at and the price for it wasn't even bad. It was a good price. You got to remember, this was this was a trial. So you got to understand, like the price was good.
Yeah, because
yeah, and he ended up liking the place too. It was a lot. So like it was just bigger than just sex.
It was them being intimate, basically.
But it's like not just when I say first. It's not just first in that way. It's first in like
everything.
A lot of different ways. So like that breakup, when that breakup happened, it was hard.
Yeah.
It hurt because it's just like we were very young to be experiencing very big feelings, and we were both still dealing with our own set of trauma. Because again, like I said before, like at that point I knew I had daddy issues, but again I hadn't gone to therapy to like fix those things.
So the both of y'all not being healed.
It came up in so many different ways, like so many little things, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie, I would crash out. I would only because I was that person where it was like, okay, I'm going to have a conversation with you. Okay, I see you're still doing the same thing. I'm going to have a conversation with you.
And another conversation.
Okay, I see you're still doing the same thing. I'm going to have a conversation with you. And then by that fourth one, it's like, okay, you're not understanding, my guy. What do you want? Okay, so you know what? I'm going to give you a tiny taste of what you did to me.
Oh, so we being petty back.
Yeah, I did that.
You have to.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It doesn't work out. It does not. Listen to your big sis. It does not work out. You're only going to hurt yourself in the long run. Don't do that. But yes, I was definitely, by the fourth try, I was petty. I was like, you know what? I done talked. I done said it nicely. I done whispered it. I used my soft voice. I did all of it. But he is not getting it. You know what? I'm going to do a fraction of what he does to me to him.
Never works.
And no, it doesn't work. They don't say, you know what, this is how I was treating her, so that's how she feels. Okay, I'm going to change. That is not how they interpret it. In my mind, I thought that's how it was going to be interpreted. I thought it was going to be like, oh, if he sees a fraction, maybe he'll feel it and be like, oh, that's how she feels. I don't like this feeling, so she must be feeling it 10 times worse. Let me change. That is not what happens. All they now see is like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. You gonna do that to me? You gonna hurt me? Like you gonna do that? And now it's just a reaction of two people now hurting each other. So that is not good. So don't do that. Don't do that. So that's one thing I learned in that relationship. I learned that having discernment, having wisdom, and being obedient to God are three separate things. So I pray each day for those three separate things, because you can have discernment and not be wise.
Or follow through.
And trust me, I had discernment, but child, I was not wise.